What's up, everybody? This is Ripples in Wales back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and having a great day wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing. Happy Saturday. This is a weekly roundup of some of the other things that we've been covering some of the news things that have broken that I haven't managed to cover yet, and we're going to be covering them today. All right, we've just had a quick look at the market cap. As I mentioned in previous video, where are we? We have Bitcoin at 37,000. Ethereum at $2,000, XRP at 67 cents, holding very strong. Had a look in the last chart on the XRP chart. Oh, sorry, beg your pardon, that's the Ethereum chart. That's the Bitcoin chart, which order are we in? The XRP chart, it's holding quite well on the support. We'll see if it holds there after the weekend. Fingers crossed. All right, jumping right in. An article regarding by Lachlan Todd. Oh no, maybe I don't think it is. Is it Lachlan Todd? Hold on. Is it his podcast? I think it is. Or is it this chap that's reposted it? I can't tell. But let's have a listen to the clip.
We now have hundreds of blockchains, 200 and something alone on DeFi Llama. And a lot of them sort of differentiate by saying they're low cost, scalable, and fast. And right now, it seems like the EVM network is winning, at least in DeFi, and there's going to be a lot of low-cost layer 2s in the future. So given that XRPL sort of differentiates as being low, fast, and scalable as well, how does XRPL really fit into all of this?
I think there are a lot of EVM-compatible chains that have the advantage that code can easily be moved from one chain to another. But I think also like the XRP ledger ecosystem is healthy and growing, expanding, with over 1,000 projects with, many participants beyond just Ripple. I think the XRP ledger would probably say that like what's historically been distinctive is that it's been payments based and that it has a curated set of features based around the utility of payments based on enterprise use. There isn't going to be one layer one that everybody uses for everything. I don't think that's realistic.
We basically now have...
Interesting. So, this is the interesting thing he talks about. The Ripple ledger, the XRP ledger, is formally built around payments. And if you think about everything in life, it always has a touch of payment. So the base construct and the building of the XRPL is payments, okay? And the Internet of Value and the Internet of Things is all payments. The metaverse will be all about payments and experiences, but payments touch every one of those. And so they picked a niche where they know that they could dominate in, and they stuck with it. And that's what Ripple, XRP, and the XRPL are all about. It's payments, a huge thing. And that way they get to touch every currency, not just one currency. This is a very, very, very clever kind of thought process to, and think of the value, the other value that it can touch as well, and transport. I sometimes explain XRP like a shuttle bus moving value in forms across tunnels throughout the world from A to B super quick, and super cheap. Right, next, the madness. The FTX token has now surged 200% in the span of a few days amid the news of a possible exchange restart. And this is, Gensler had been talking out, I've just put madness, it's just bonkers. Gensler has been talking about, the rebooting of it, potentially, and the markets rallied, obviously. Should have had some FTX token, I guess. There we go. Anyway, this is from Stella17 area. Time to relive this post. It was 103 days early. We're very close now. Now, this is very interesting. Mr. Pool putting the Japanese 10-year, I think it's a 10-year bond, collapsing other currencies, and you've got USDT, interesting, Bitcoin, and the dollar, euro, and I wonder, it's a very interesting thing. This is like the wrecking ball that tips the yen, the USDC, and this is interesting. Is that the Chinese yuan? I think it's a symbol for it, isn't it? Or is it the Japanese yen? Maybe that's the one that'll be. That's the bonds, isn't it? Very interesting to see. And he did talk many times about this, the fall of Bitcoin, the rise of the digital economy. We'll have to see. Blockchain backup. Several Bitcoin financial products launched at major reversal points for Bitcoin's price, such as the CME Bitcoin Futures in 2017. Okay, and CME Bitcoin Futures was a synthetic, I guess, a shorting mechanism for the markets that I think Trump administration allowed. Anyway, when these products launched, they were able to allow investors to short the market on massive leverage. and put future kind of bets upon the price of Bitcoin, which scuppered any further kind of pushing north of it. So you could get a coordinated approach from hedge funds to keep the price down. I remember very much this in 2017. I was in the markets. That was my first real big cycle, but I played it from early. I'd been in a bit earlier than that cycle, but yeah, you've got to listen to what he's saying here. Canadia's purpose Bitcoin ETF in 2021. BitPo Pro shares Bitcoin ETF in 2021. BitPo Pro shares short Bitcoin ETF 2022. I think we're being set up again. Okay, and he uses this illustration. I've forgotten where this illustration comes from, but another thing by the blockchain backup. The Bitcoin 4-year cycles are based on a very limited and selective sample size, completely ignoring the 2011 to 2013 super cycle, which only took 2 years and 3 months. Very, very important point. But all of them broke out into bull runs within weeks of the Dow Jones Industrial Average. So it's all about liquidity. And I was trying to explain this to a friend yesterday, and this is from Blockchain Backer. I've learned so much from him. The pumping of Bitcoin's value does not come from the halvings. It comes from, as Raoul Pal talks about this, the liquidity arriving in on political cycles. Bitcoin started its journey on a political year. If you go back in time, 2000 and I think it was 2010 would have been the first one. If we go every 4-year cycles, 2024 being the next one. So in a political year, stimulus often gets occurred, and they print more money to kick the can further down the road and to keep in politics, and they're debasing your currency. So you get this kind of push on liquidity every time that Bitcoin seems to have its 4-year cycle, and everybody think it's the halving. Not so much. It's the liquidity that drives it. Right. You got to pay attention to this. And again, another one by Blockchain Backer. Never change market. Never change. So this is his Wyckoff schematic accumulation. And this is ETH. Okay, and this is ETH. And then at the same time that the kind of Wyckoff is about to break out, he's got an exit from here. BlackRock ETH ETF confirmed Nasdaq at the absolute thing point in time where the Wyckoff's about to break out, phase E. So very, very, very interesting. And he puts here, I think, magical pixie fairy dust again in the markets. Magical unicorn fairy dust, puppet masters pulling the puppet strings, god aura simulation, total market cap of the entire crypto market breaks up with the signs of strength, gets through preliminary support. PS violently backtests it, then BlackRock ETF timing. So that was the total altcoin market cap, not just the Ethereum one, beg your pardon. Yeah, very, very interesting. So they're controlling the markets to their own team. Anyway, moving on. Let's have a quick listen to some of this. This was the Stephen Nerayoff chat on the Mario Ranuna and the Wolf of Wall Street's podcast. I think we won't play it all, but we'll certainly have a listen to some
pieces in place. Except if you listen to Gary Gensler, he personally has said that Joe Lubin bought 9.5%, and there's no speculative buying that turns it from a product into a security. So now you've got a securities offering. Okay, so now when you go into, is it decentralized, is it not decentralized, and you've got people like Lubin and Vitalik going out and telling it's decentralized and there's a public market for it, you're now under the securities laws. Now, I'm not going to make an accusation in terms of what laws were broken. Is it securities fraud? Is it market manipulation? Is it what? That's for the lawyers to figure out. But you're no longer in crypto land.
Okay, but I mean, so
Right, that was just one snippet from this amazing clip. Go on to Wheezy and listen to the rest of it. Stephen is talking about the Ethgate scandal, where the ICO for all the big wallet whale holders in the Ethereum machine, Consensus, JP Morgan, and all the rest of the likes, the ICOs of all the ERC20 tokens. Yes, this needs a further deeper look. And speaking of Stephen Nerayoff, a very great, how would you call him, investigative on-chain journalist, Truth Labs at Boring Sleuth. He's now been looking at the Filecoin and the connection to the CCP and the Wanzheng Prometheum connections. Keep an eye on this account. He has going for it at the minute. He is finding so many connections in the wallet addresses, which obviously the blockchains are totally, it's visible. You can see everything on chain. People can go through everything and find every transaction. This is why you can't hide things. Anyhow, we'll be very interested to see how this develops in due course. Keep your eyes on this, Truth Labs. He's the real deal. He's been covering everything. So, another one by Rob Art. Why didn't they approve this at 15,000 BTC when it crashed at 80%? Just in. This is from a tweet from the whale chat. PayPal approved to offer Bitcoin and crypto services in the United Kingdom. They made you wait until they had their bags full. This is the disgusting ways that these institutions work, and this is why we need a new system. And I'm not some sort of vigilante. I'm more of a libertarian of my mind, but he's absolutely right. Why didn't they offer people at the bottom? They waited until Bitcoin's doubled the price. It's frothy. It's at the top, and we're in hyper greed. And now they want to let retail in. They hate retail. They don't want retail ever to be wealthy. Okay, it's about them, the 1%ers, and us kind of booting them out and starting a new system. Anyway, XRP looks for a 900% rally as it forms a 1 month Japanese candle setup similar to the 2017 pattern. We'll have a quick look at this article. I did have a look at it last night late. I don't know if we're going to be spammed with adverts as we look onto this, but this is by, that article is by Wheezy, I think it was. Right, and this is a really interesting kind of a little kind of TA kind of point. I'm not sure if I'm totally into this, but the analyst presented a 1 month XRP chart showcasing a spectacular candlestick setup that could signal an imminent explosive run. Interestingly, XRP formed this exact candlestick pattern 6 years before recording one of its substantial historic runs. Now, this was the second pump in the move that it made. If you remember, it made a big move up and then a 6 month consolidation and the big move again. And it's these 3 candles or 4 candles that he's referring to here. Well, I can see 3 candles that are kind of similar. You've got, those 1, 2, 3, and then the 4th is a big old unit. We'll have to see. Wait and see. It did make a big move up. Oh no, it hasn't made a big move up. It made a jump on the monthly. But yeah, we shall see. We'll keep an eye on it. Right, moving on. Jeremy Olaire. Okay. Circle. Very interesting. We're going to play some of this quickly.
We have many companies in here, both very large companies and startups that are tokenizing real-world assets, treasury bills, digital funds, and other things, connecting investment and other assets into this infrastructure. We have global scale remittance networks. We have leading remittance companies from different regions of the world who are solving the hard problem of moving money to people who need it efficiently and fairly. We have digital wallet companies from every region in the world, from Africa, Latin America, Southeast Asia, who are building products to bring digital dollars into the hands of those people. Major consumer brands are in the room. Major internet platform companies are in the room. Super apps from emerging markets are in the room. Global humanitarian organizations who are at the forefront of using digital currency for the delivery of humanitarian aid are in the room.
Right, let me just kind of pause this and kind of explain what he's saying here. Is that USDC has put itself into every specific chain and every organization, and they will do around the world. USDC will be given a kind of de facto gold standard pass, mark my words, and they are waiting for it to climb up the ranks and replace Tether. Okay, they will not let Tether, which is a CCP creation. There's no doubt about this. It was an Ethereum created ICO fraud. Again, it was not even an ICO, was it? It's, you're gonna have to watch this house of cards eventually when the tide goes out. But remember, they will need a global de facto standard for the dollar digitally, and USDC was in that same room as Brad Garlinghouse in, I think it was May 2019, when they all sat with the SNB and the Swiss National Bank, which is the bank of BNS meetings, and Brad was on stage with all the world bankers, with Christine Lagarde, Augustin Carstens, and the King was in the room. Do you remember that one? Jeremy Olaire was in that same room that day with Circle. He has been given the same stature of pass as Ripple under USDC, and they are pushing the usage of USDC through MoneyGram, through all their corridors. They're utilizing the Stellar network, not using the Stellar token, but USDC is on every network. Okay, they're going to plug it into every L1 chain, every layer 0 chain, and probably every layer 2 chain. All right, moving on. NFTs. The Bored Ape Yacht Club have been very busy. I'm going to play just a couple of seconds of this. Oh, maybe we won't, will we? Will we playing? Anyway, so the Bored Ape Yacht Club have got super busy again. It's more of a troll. Wow.
Yeah, that was a good run. That was a good run. Now we're over 200K on every single account.
Bored Ape Yacht Club are the biggest NFT brand in the world. They're owned by Yuga Labs, who also own the CryptoPunks and the Ethereum chain. If you're not aware of that, I've been heavily involved in NFTs now for probably almost 2 years, and they are the biggest by far. If you see my left-facing, ape, it's a derivative of their original, of their artwork. And Bored Ape Yacht Club have started to wake up, and it means the NFT markets are going to start waking up as the liquidity comes back into these major L1 tokens like ETH, where most of these NFTs are based. So it's very interesting and good to keep an eye on the these postings by Bored Ape Yacht Club, because I can see that things are heating up in the NFT markets now. Anyhow, speaking of NFTs, keep your eye on Bored Ape Yacht Club and CryptoPunks and things like that, and CryptoPunks rather. CryptoPunks is one of my other favorites. And one of the NFTs that I bought yesterday was this one. Was it day before yesterday? I think it might be day before yesterday. It was the Expectaverse. I managed to finally get a position what I wanted in, and this will be one of my avatars for the Expectaverse. I bought land there. I've now got an avatar, which is an NFT, which I'll be able to utilize in. I wanted a black suit, and I've got a samurai sword as well. So shout out to those guys, and a shout out to the two platforms that I utilize most. I'm not sponsored by them. This is on XRP, and this is their marketplace. And also you have Xmart here, who my friends own and run, and that's their marketplace. I use these two predominantly to do all my NFT shopping. I'm going to be keeping an close eye again, because as the prices of your token goes up, so do the price of your NFTs. Cool. Anyway, it's a bit of arbitrage to play around with, and I also try to support the XRPL chain. Anyhow, have a good Saturday. Hope you all get up to something fun. It's 11th, which is the Remembrance Day here in the UK. So remembering all our old veterans who have left the earth on their path, and we thank them greatly. Anyhow, we will have a fun Saturday this side of things. I hope you all guys have a fun one too. Let me know what you get up to. Drop a like, drop a comment, and please subscribe to the channel. Look forward to see you on the next video. Be blessed.